Xiao Sheng. Good morning, everyone. Sally from APF here, and it is a Monday morning, late October, and it's been a hectic month a little bit this month. And a shout out to Stargirl. Her predictions and her readings have been spot on, and I didn't believe it at first. I was a little bit of a skeptic. I kept my mind open, and sure enough, a lot of the stuff she said, I'd say like 95% of it has been really correct. And so the videos that I'm making, I want to do them in consecutive order as you begin your weight loss journey into health and wellness. And one of the things that is super duper important when you are first starting out is the name of this video is why it is so important to be hyper organized. And so a lot of people, if you're not hyper organized, you're not going to get through a day in just your regular everyday life, much less your job or maybe your school and this and that and this and that all over the place. And so, people that have a job, they have kids, you're going to school, forget volunteering or going to church or all the social life. What's that? A lot of us, we just don't have time. And so your relationships fail, your health starts to fail, and there is a mind-body connection with the kind of stress that goes with trying to manage the chaos. And so the reason why it is super duper important to be hyper organized is because they say that stress is the silent killer, causes cancer and other things. So what do you think it's like when you've got that overwhelmed feeling and you are just feeling so helpless and out of control? That's going to eventually, that may not give you cancer like some of these other stressors and things, that cause major health problems down the line. However, it can have an immediate impact within hours. Okay, this is serious. So that kind of stress and chaos and not managing your life right, that causes the cortisol effect. And I've done some videos about this in my introductory videos about APF and I don't feel like exercising and stuff. And so some of the other videos I'm going to actually be putting those in the right order so that way you get started off on a firm foundation. The big mistake that a lot of people make is they just join a gym, they start exercising, then they try to figure out, well, what do I eat? What, blah, blah, blah. And so I'll be going over all of that. Rest assured, you need someone who has had the life experience that has lived through it, okay? I have sort of a reservation. I know that personal trainers and fitness coaches and things like that, they all have their place, and that's good. However, it is a business. And so that's why I'm doing a lot of these videos for free, because I care about your health and wellness, and I want to make sure you don't fall into the pitfalls that I fell into. So let's talk a little bit about multitasking and being more organized. Now, I used to work in the government sector in the social services department, and I had at one time almost 400 caseloads of families that I had to manage, each with like 3 or 4 kids apiece into the system. And I was a little chunky then, no matter how organized I was, let's face it, there is a limit, okay? And you have to decide, is that job, is that career worth the stress? Because when you have stress, you're gonna get cortisol. So if you're not together up here, what do you think this is gonna be like? Common sense. So I try to make sure that I at least, like this morning, it started off total chaos. I almost burnt dinner. I had 2 or 3 things. You can't even check your email because the minute you open up your screen on your computer, there's about 10 people or 10 things that all want to supersede, and they want to be first, and you have this kind of chaos going on. And so sometimes you got stuff in the blender, you're trying to make dinner, you got this and that, you're washing dishes, cleaning the house, and trying to get the kids out for school. This kind of multitasking, you have to have a chalkboard Or, I have right here like little scrap papers. And to me, it's just easier because I can just throw them away when I'm done. I have to make a list. And I know there's some people out there that, when they're hyper organized with these racing thoughts and chaos coming in, and they call that bipolar disorder. Trust me, folks. You will know when you come across someone with true bipolar disorder. And having racing thoughts, I'm sorry, but in my personal opinion, that's just a norm. It's a norm for our generation. It's a norm for the generation now after me, my nieces and nephews, and people that would now be my children's age. I don't have children, but my brother and sister's kids. They even have more things put upon them that people expect them to do. And then there's my generation. We get mad because they don't keep in touch. Well, I kind of understand that, but hey, you let a year go by without even saying happy birthday on Facebook, taking 2 seconds of your life, you got to have some balance. So one of the ways to do that is to just, grab a piece of paper and reuse those old envelopes from your bills, letters, that junk mail that comes in the mail. Use that scrap paper. And you need to start saying, whoa, too many things are all trying to supersede, and it literally goes above your head till you're drowning, and you just say, you know what, I just want to get back in bed and kiss this day goodbye. I'm going to call in sick from work. Screw it. The husband can pick up the kids. I'm out. Everybody has a limit. So being tediously organized, especially when you have to multitask. You got the kids, that's a whole category right there. Lunch, school, PTA, after school activities. Then you got, all the things that you got to do at your job, and your boss, and, you're overworked. We all are. And then you have, what about yourself? God forbid you ever put yourself first, right? You need to get a system down, such as meal prep, okay? Healthy eating, your supplements, how much sleep you're getting, exercise, yeah. And so going back to, the fitness world and personal coaches and trainers and stuff, they all have their place and they're great people. However, I want to make sure that I don't just say, come to my class, or, come to this training and, blah, 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 because I want your money and all that. I want to make sure you get the proper and the correct information to start your foundation off solid, okay? And that is getting control up here, okay? Well, none of us really have control over what happens in life. It's how we deal. So how are we going to deal? We're going to start writing down. We're going to just take an adult time out, and you need to start writing down. I need to get this and this and this done. I'm participating in a haunted house this year, so I got like nails and things I got to do. I'm also on the construction team, and I still have to take time to put my health and my choices first. And like I said, I almost burnt dinner. I had stuff in the blender. I had dishes I was trying to wash. And then, people calling like, what did you need me to get at the hardware store again? And then emails like, hey, can you put this on Yelp? And I've had a lot of interruptions already. And so I knew today is going to be one of those days where I need to get it in gear. Okay? And so sometimes that means we need to just roll back and tell everyone, time out. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 60 seconds. I need to make a list of things so that I don't forget. Now, like this morning, Monday mornings, when I run out of my green drink, I have to make that. And it's a tedious kind of thing. It's worth it though. It gives you so much energy. However, there is like a major list of ingredients that goes in there. And that means I have to run out to the yard and, I got to go back out to the yard because I forgot this and that. And so sometimes you need to just slow down and make a list. And sometimes that means staying up really late and making the list the night before. This is Monday's agenda. This is what I got to get done. And so while this may seem like a silly common sense video to some people, it was a learning curve for me in my younger years, just being on the job and working that government sector, middle management. Middle management was way more work than top management. You know, it just seems like middle management's not really the place that you want to be. So today I stopped, I made a list, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do a video. You know, people need to know that it's okay for you to stop and organize your life, because then you just fall back on the list. And then if you miss a little something, you make a note, and it helps to really keep you on track. It eliminates a lot of stress. And then if you are, like I said, if you're up here doing good up here, you're going to be doing even better down here. Okay, so stop the cortisol effect, and to get this, you know, cut out some of those stressors that's going to cause you to accumulate fat, to ward off, you know, whatever. The body doesn't know. It's kind of like that law of attraction in the universe. It only knows what it hears and what it feels. And so if your mind's going stress, 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 your body is going to accommodate. Okay, so like the caveman, it's going to start storing up fat because it feels like something bad is about to happen. So be mindful of the thoughts that go through your head, and get super organized. Use those scrap pieces of paper, make a list, make 2 or 3 lists. This is all the stuff I got to get done for the kids. This is what I got to do for my eating plan and my health. This is what needs to happen in the house. This is what my husband needs. This is what my job needs done today. Whatever is going on with you, please write it down, take charge of your life, and then you can be proud of yourself, and you can acknowledge yourself that you are in charge. Okay, so we will be large and in charge, but in the right way. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It gave you some peace of mind. I give you full permission to put yourself first and to take a time out and, you know, take charge of your daily situations. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Be well, and namaste.